Aye, so a great week for Newcastle United. Last week, signing Kieran Trippier. That all Geordie eyes were on the transfer market. They still are, but it was great to basically get him into the club. £12 million plus add-ons. Real buzz for Newcastle United fans. And then Saturday happened. We're all thinking that maybe we could get a nice little win there that would springboard our confidence and take us forward. Start of a new year and kind of really start of a new campaign in the sense in this half of the season. But as usual, Newcastle United, the players, have kicked us in the teeth again, quite literally. This is Geordie Land 1892. Let's get into it. Aye, so Saturday saw Newcastle United take on Cambridge United at St James's Park. It was a full house. The display at the start of the game of the war flags was absolutely unbelievable. Sensational watching that. It was absolutely brilliant. Cambridge United bringing 5,000 supporters up as well. They were in their numbers, enjoying a nice time around the city with the Newcastle supporters. And we went out there and we did what we kind of always do in the FA Cup. We underestimated them. I do believe that we thought we were just going to win that game. We thought by hook or by crook we were going to get a result there. It turned out that Cambridge United had other ideas. Now, obviously, Cambridge United beating us 1-0 with a Joe Ironside goal. I did predict he would score. His boyhood hero, childhood hero was Alan Shearer, and obviously it made his day to score at St James's Park. I don't know if the kid's a Newcastle United supporter. I just think he admires Alan Shearer. But apart from that, the FA Cup, it's a curse for us, isn't it? It's a curse. It's been a curse for many a year, especially in the third and fourth round. Doesn't seem to matter who we get. We kind of find it hard to progress. Now this is a thing I was thinking about. Obviously, when I was a kid, there was a little old guy. He actually told me that there was a curse on Newcastle United, and it was apparently this hex was put on the club by an old gypsy woman. For what reason, I do not know what they did to her or what had happened, but apparently, it's just folklore, urban legend, if you like. But I think at the time it was probably just something made up because of our poor results and our poor performances. But it has been said that there is a curse, and maybe that might go back to when the English Civil War, when, at that time a lot of witches were actually hung at the Gallowgate. And, obviously the Gallowgate end of the stadium resides in that area, and maybe, those poor desperate souls that were about to be hung gave out a final cry and a curse and cursed the city and the people who were about to execute them. Who knows? That's quite deep, but it has been said. But the other thing is, it seems, maybe they did, but it does seem strange that in the start of Newcastle United's history, they actually did very well. They were a bit of a powerhouse, to be fair, if you think about it. Winning 4 league titles, the last of them in 1927. And, through the years in the FA Cup, we've done very well in it, considering that we've appeared in the final 13 times and won the thing 6 times. we've done all right. Obviously, the last time we won the FA Cup was in 1955, our last domestic trophy to date of any significance, anyway. Um, Obviously, in past years, the FA Cup hasn't been kind of us, or have we not been kind of ourselves? Um, it's to be said, isn't it, that really for quite a long time, I mean over 15 years, we've rarely progressed past the third or the fourth round. Now, the FA Cup, the oldest football trophy in the world, as we all know, um, it's steeped in history, absolutely steeped in tradition, and pretty much everybody in the Football League and lower leagues are allowed to participate in it. And it's kind of a year-long competition. Obviously, the big teams come in the third round in January, but there's been a hell of a lot of games played before that by a lot of the littler clubs, the minions, who are thrashing away trying to get through. Now, obviously, there's been, in the past, a lot of non-league teams that have upset the big teams through history. And, probably the biggest shock back in the day was in 1972. Newcastle were beaten by Hereford at Edgar Street. They did play Newcastle at St James's Park and managed to thrash out a 2-2 draw with us. We went down there on a ploughed field at Edgar Street and felt foul. They beat us 2-1. And obviously it's rammed down our throats every FA Cup final day with that stunning goal by Ronnie Radford on that ploughed field, That's just the media having sticking it up us, but it is a historical moment, I suppose. But Newcastle through time, hey, they've had some cup upsets in the past. I mean, I remember the first FA Cup tie that I went to as a lad. We played Exeter City at St James's Park. At the time, Exeter City were in the then third division. We were in the second division. About mid-table we were. And we managed a 1-1 draw. I remember Exeter City scoring a goal right at the death by this. It was an amazing throw-in. It was like a corner. It was the first time I'd ever seen a throw-in like that. And Exeter managed to scrap it into the net, got a goal. And then we had to go down to Exeter City, down to Devon, and we played at St James's Park again, because Exeter City play also at St James's Park. Their ground's called St James's Park, and we got humped. We got thumped 4-0 down there. That was in the fifth round of the FA Cup back in the day. So Newcastle, yet again, out the cup. A lot of people obviously probably thinking that it's a good thing, especially as we have a massive task in hand in the Premier League to stay up. And at this moment in time, until we get some new bodies in this January transfer window, it might be a better thing that we're not playing in it, because we don't want to bring on injuries and have a depleted squad to play out the rest of this season. Me personally, I just could do without the embarrassment of Saturday. I thought, Newcastle, they didn't respect their opponents. I mean, we did have 23 shots, I believe, but honestly, they bossed us. They made it difficult for us, and their defence was really good. Meatoff, the goalkeeper, Dimitri Meatoff, absolutely unbelievable. The saves that he pulled out were absolutely crazy. And if Newcastle had got any sense, they might offer some money and buy him. Because I tell you what, I thought Dubravka was terrible on Saturday. He was just indecisive. But it doesn't surprise me, because the defence in front of him are not clinical, and they're at 6s and 7s all the time. It's got to affect your goalkeeper, to be fair. obviously, in the last 15 years, Newcastle haven't had a great time of it in the FA Cup. And like I said earlier, not really managing to pass from the third round or even the fourth round. Um, it's a shame because I used to really look forward to the FA Cup, but obviously over the last 15 years, it's just been humiliating, really. And I mean, obviously, a Newcastle fan will always say to you, Newcastle supporter will always, when we go out, and say, well, there's always next year. Next year comes, and then it's the same old shite. It's a shame, really. And it seems as if we've picked, like I was saying earlier on about curses, it seems like we've picked up a curse. I know what that curse was. In 2007, it was Mike Ashley. Mike Ashley was the curse on the club. And you know what it is? Negativity breeds negativity. And that's what a curse is, really. A curse is a form, it forms itself as negativity. And negative thoughts bring on a curse. So I'm led to believe what I've read anyway. And it makes sense, really. And in that club, under Mike Ashley, there was so much negativity going on. So much of it. And it still seems to be around. It still seems to be around. It's going to take a long time for that to go away from the club. It's pungent. It's pungent. And the players that are playing for us at the moment, they've been there too long. A lot of them have been there far too long. They're too comfortable. They're too comfortable. So the thing is, obviously in this January window, it would be great to bring in some new players, some new blood, and a bit of positivity, a new look, a new outlook on everything that's going on. The thing is, with the old guard that we have at the minute, I think they've just been used to a certain way of playing. I don't think they really understand that just how desperate the fans are for some kind of success. I don't know if they get that, or maybe they're just not bloody good enough. I've said that in many videos. I think that might be one of the biggest problems. I just think a lot of the players in the squad are just not good enough. And they're not hungry enough. They've been there too long. The late 90s. Newcastle got to 2 cup finals. Actually, they were at Wembley 3 years in a row. In 1998 we played Arsenal. We lost that. We got to the final 1999, and we were beaten by Manchester United, again by 2 goals. And then we got to the semi-final, and it was the last kind of FA Cup at the old Wembley, and we played the semi-final against Chelsea at Wembley. I was at all 3, and you know what I mean, we lost every single one. Prior to that, in my lifetime anyway, even though I was only 5, I can't really remember it, obviously, but in 1974, we were beaten in the final by Liverpool. But it really is a list of disaster in the last 15 years. 2008, I don't think we didn't do too bad, but it was still 3rd and 4th round. We played Stoke. This was in the first year of Mike Ashley's reign. And we got a 0-0 draw down there at Stoke against the Potters. And then, we brought them back up to St James's Park and we thumped them 4-1. But we were handed a tie against Arsenal. And Arsenal beat us 3-0 down there, So 4th round exit. 2009, 3rd round, Hull City. 0-0 draw down in Hull, and brought them back to our place and we got beat 1-0. 3rd round, FA Cup over. 2010, we played Plymouth Argyle, you know what I mean? And we couldn't beat them at their place. 0-0. Brought them back up here, we beat them 3-0. Moved to the 4th round. and we played West Brom at the Hawthorns, and they put us 4-2. So another fourth round exit, you know what I mean? 2011, another a really embarrassing moment. Third round, and Stevenage giving us a 3-1 thumping down there. That was quite hurtful at the time. 2012, played Blackburn, beat them in the third round, but Brighton, became a little bit of an FA Cup bogey team to us, and they beat us down there, they beat us 1-0. The year after, 2013, third round of the Cup again, down at Brighton, they beat us 2-0. 2014, we're beaten at home by Cardiff City. They hadn't won on Tyneside for 51 years at that point. We're beaten 2-1 by Cardiff City in the third round. Obviously, it goes on and on and on. 2016, Watford. We lost to Watford 1-0 down there. 2017 was another embarrassing incident. I mean, we played Birmingham City down there, and it was a 1-1 draw. We brought them back up to St James's Park. We beat them 3-1, and we got a great draw in the fourth round, and we drew Oxford United. Oxford United down there at their place, and they beat us 3-0 in the fourth round. Now it just goes on and on and on. And, obviously the best performance really in the FA Cup for quite a long time was in 2020. Even though in the third and fourth round we struggled to beat teams like Rochdale, for example, struggled to beat Oxford United yet again. We did in replays. Eventually getting to the quarterfinals against Manchester City. They beat us at St James's Park 2-0 in the quarterfinal. But 2021, third round exit again, played Arsenal down there at the Emirates, and they beat us 2-0. So this year, here we go again. It's just you can't believe it. You couldn't make it up. I actually wanted to do a video about the Cambridge game straight after the game, really. I actually couldn't do it because I was so furious. I was absolutely atomic about what had happened. I was just ballistic. Later on, tried to do a video again, and my language was far too colourful for here. I think I might have got kicked off YouTube for the words. I was a proper potty mouth. I was just spewing vulgarity, like, you know what I mean. And I just had to knock it on the head. And obviously went to bed, not a happy bunny. Like I say, I'm taking nothing away from Cambridge United, the way they played. And I'm taking nothing away from the supporters. Absolutely great support. And I thought the team, like I've said earlier in this video, I thought they did really, really well. That's a shame for us, like, isn't it? You know what I mean? But it truly was a bit embarrassing, in my opinion. Alan Shearer was quoted as saying pathetic. It was pathetic. And it was. And a lot of those players really need to start waking up. They need a firecracker up their arse, really. I really mean it. I mean, next weekend we've got Watford at St James's Park, back to the Premier League, and you know what it is? We really, really have to get 3 points there. It's a must. It's not a maybe. They have to go out on that pitch, and they really have to be in the zone. They've really got to have their head on it. It's a must-win game. I mean, like I've said in another video I did prior to this one, obviously we've got Leeds United coming up, and then we've got Everton if we are to stand any chance of staying in this league, we have to get something from those 3 games. We really have to. But if we don't get anything playing Watford at St James's Park on Saturday, I really, really can't see the light at the end of the tunnel there. As for the curse of Newcastle United, as I put on the title of this video, maybe there is a curse. Maybe it clicked in after 1955. I don't know. But one thing I will say is our curse has been owners and bad players throughout many years at the club. A lot of people mention Mike Ashley because he was the most recent, obviously, till last year. But I mean, before John Hall, Gordon McKeague was a terrible owner as well. And, I personally helped very hard to try and oust that man out of Newcastle United. Not because I had a voice, because I printed T-shirts that said sack the board, and basically trying every single thing to try and get rid of that man. The only thing that got rid of that man in the end was money. And obviously Sir John Hall and the Magpie Group sorted that. So anyway, I'm going to round this video up. Obviously another doom and gloom video, really. I really thought it would be so different. I really thought we would manage to get a win there at the weekend, and we haven't been able to do that. Let's hope and pray that they come out with a different mentality on Saturday when they play Watford. Get them war flags going again. The atmosphere looked amazing at St James's Park on Saturday. It really did, until they scored. Let's just try and keep it as positive as we can. Let's try and back them, even though at times they deserve a slap. We've got to back them, and we've got to hope that they can get us out of this mess. So really, if you like this video, like it. If you want to share it with anybody who you think might like it, please do that. And please try and subscribe to the channel. We're doing so well on the subscriptions, and we would like to try and hit 1,000 as soon as possible. It's very important to us in the channel to move on, and obviously we've got to try and put more videos up. I understand that. We've got to get them up quicker, and we will do that from now on. So from me, Geordieland 1892 on the OT TV network. Have a good one. Enjoy your sail, and Geordieland 1892. See you soon.